Buenos dias, world, from the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance.
On Season 3 of our show, Amazing Wildlife, we have spotlighted captivating animals from around the world, like the capybara.
Capybaras are actually the world's largest rodent, and they have short little ears that they wiggle very much like hippos. It's one of the cutest things. They're one of the most adorable animals.
All episodes of Season 3 are available now.
Listen to Amazing Wildlife on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What's your favorite hunting tradition? Is it the early morning coffee by the campfire, or the stories shared while waiting in the blind? Maybe it's that special spot you go back to every season, just like the person who first took you hunting. Hunting season is finally here, and Academy Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to gear up for less. From shotguns and rifles to feeders, game cameras, camo, and more, we've got the brands you trust and the prices you'll love. Plus, text HUNT24 to 22369 and get $20 off when you spend $100 on hunting supplies at academy.com. Need a hunting license? Pick it up in store while you shop. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up, have fun, and make this season your best one yet.
This is Ashley Ganetti from the Almost Famous podcast. Can you believe all this talk about GLP-1s? Of course you can. It's all people talk about. Have you heard about Future Health, though? They make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. People can struggle with weight loss for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. With GLP-1s, many people noticed a reduction in cravings and felt more in control of their eating habits, which lead to weight loss, physical health, and feeling more optimistic about their future. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That is tryfh.com. Again, tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hello and welcome back to Around the World Today. I'm your host Terry Davis, and today's episode we delve into the complex and evolving story of devolution in Northern Ireland. From its early days of self-governance to the challenges and milestones that have shaped its current political landscape, Northern Ireland's journey offers a profound insight into the dynamics of power sharing and regional autonomy. Devolution in Northern Ireland has deep and complex roots, shaped by its history of political compromise, conflict, and the eventual reconciliation. The story begins in 1921 with the establishment of the Northern Ireland Parliament, created under the Government of Ireland Act 1920. This was a pivotal moment in the island's history, as it divided Ireland into two distinct political entities, Northern Ireland, which remained part of the United Kingdom, and the Irish Free State, which is now the Republic of Ireland, which pursued independence. The Northern Ireland Parliament was granted control over domestic matters, including education, healthcare, and policing, giving the region a degree of self-governance, while remaining under the broader sovereignty of Westminster. The arrangement reflected the desire of Northern Ireland's Unionist majority, who were committed to maintaining their ties to the UK. However, it also cemented deep divisions within the region, as the nationalised minority, who identified more closely with the United Ireland, often felt excluded and marginalised as tensions grew, practically over issues of civil rights and governance. The political landscape became increasingly unstable. By the late 1960s, these divisions erupted into a period of intense sectarianism, violence, and political unrest, known as the Troubles, the conflict which lasted over 3 decades, saw thousands of lives lost, and communities deeply scarred by bombings, assassinations, and paramilitary violence. In 1972, in response to the escalating crisis and failure of local governments to address the unrest, the UK government suspended the Northern Ireland Parliament and imposed direct rule from Westminster. For over 25 years, decisions affecting Northern Ireland were made in London, often highlighting resentment among communities who felt discontinued and disconnected from political processes. Efforts to resolve the conflict and to restore local governments continued throughout the 1980s and 1990s, culminating in the landmark Good Friday Agreement in 1998. This agreement was a monumental achievement, bringing together political leaders from both unionist and nationalist traditions with significant input from the UK and Irish governments as well as the United States. The Good Friday Agreement laid the foundation for a new era of devolved governance, introducing a power-sharing model designed to ensure that all communities in Northern Ireland were represented. This framework established the Northern Ireland Assembly and Executive, marking the return of local decision-making and setting the stage for a more inclusive and collaborative approach to governance. Today, Northern Ireland's devolution story is a testament to resilience of its people and the importance of dialogue and compromise in overcoming even the most entrenched divisions. This expanded vision provides. The Good Friday Agreement was signed on April 10th, 1998. It was a watershed moment in Northern Ireland's history. It brought an end to decades of conflict and introduced a governance framework that emphasised inclusivity, equality, and cooperation. Central to this agreement was a unique power-sharing model designed to ensure that both unionist and nationalist communities could participate equally in governance of Northern Ireland. The cornerstone of this power-sharing agreement is Northern Ireland's Assembly, a devolved legislature elected by proportional representation. The system guarantees fair representation across political parties, ensuring that majority voices are not excluded from the decision-making process. The Assembly's role is to legislate on devolved matters such as health, education, and infrastructure, reflecting the specific needs and priorities of Northern Ireland's communities. At the heart of the Assembly's governance is the Executive Committee, led jointly by a First Minister and Deputy First Minister. These roles, while distinct in title, are equal in power and responsibility. A deliberate design to foster cross-community collaboration. By tradition, the First Minister is nominated by the largest party in the Assembly, while the Deputy First Minister is nominated by the largest party from the other community. This agreement requires cooperation, consensus, as both leaders must work together to ensure effective governance. The Good Friday Agreement also established a range of institutions to facilitate broader collaboration and address the unique circumstances of Northern Ireland. The North-South Ministerial Council. This body promotes cooperation on issues of mutual interest between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, fostering cross-border initiatives in areas such as transport, agriculture and the environment. The British-Irish Council, bringing together representatives from the United Kingdom, Ireland and the devolved administrations. This council supports dialogue on issues affecting the wider British Isles. Human rights and equalities body. The agreement emphasised human rights as a cornerstone of governance, creating institutions such as the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission and the Equality Commission to protect and promote fairness across all communities. While the Good Friday Agreement was a momentous step forward, implementing its provisions has not been without challenges. Political differences between unionist and nationalist parties have led to periods of instability, including the suspension of the Assembly on several occasions, disagreements over issues such as cultural identity, legacy matters from the Troubles, and more recently Brexit-related arguments like the Northern Ireland Protocol, have tested all resilience of the power-sharing model. Despite these hurdles, the Good Friday Agreement remains a powerful symbol of hope and progress. It demonstrates that even in the face of deep-sealed divisions, dialogue and compromise can lead to meaningful change. The structures it introduced continue to shape Northern Ireland's governance, serving as a model for conflict resolution and inclusive democracy worldwide. Northern Ireland's Assembly has undergone a remarkable evolution since its establishment as part of the Good Friday Agreement. From its inception, the Assembly has envisioned as a devolved legislature that would empower local representation to address the specific needs of Northern Ireland's diverse communities. Over time, it has taken on an increasing responsibility for critical policy areas, reflecting the growing maturity of devolved governance in the region. Internally, the Assembly was granted the authority over areas such as health, education and agriculture and the environment. These were chosen because they directly implemented the daily lives of citizens and required a tailored approach that reflected Northern Ireland's unique social and economic context. Later, devolution of policing and justice in 2010 marked a significant milestone, as these powers had been retained by Westminster due to the sensitive nature of security issues during the Troubles. Health and education have been among the most impactable areas of devolved governance. Local control has allowed for the introduction of policies that address Northern Ireland's specific challenges, such as taking long waiting times in the Northern Ireland Health Service, or tailoring education systems to meet the needs of its diverse population. Similarly, justice reforms under the local administration have helped modernise the legal system, while fostering community-orientated police initiatives aimed at building the trust between law enforcement and the public. However, the Assembly's journey has not been without obstacles. Political disagreements rooted in the enduring tensions between unionist and nationalist parties have led to several suspensions of devolved governance. One of the most notable occurred between 2002 and 2007, during which the Assembly was dissolved entirely due to a breakdown in trust over allegations of espionage within the executive. Most recently, disputes over the Northern Ireland's Protocol, a key compound of the UK's post-Brexit agreements, have brought the government to another standstill. The protocol was designed to prevent a hard border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, by keeping Northern Ireland aligned with certain EU trade rules. While this approach has ensured the free flow of goods across the Irish Sea, it has caused friction among unionists who view it as creating barriers between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK. The most recent suspension of the Assembly began in February 2022, following the DUP, Democratic Unionist Party's decision to withdraw from the power-sharing executive in protest against the protocol. This stalemate has left Northern Ireland without a functioning devolved government, placing additional strain on public servants and undermining public confidence in political processes.
What's your favorite hunting tradition? Is it the early morning coffee by the campfire, or the stories shared while waiting in the blind? Maybe it's that special spot you go back to every season, just like the person who first took you hunting. Hunting season is finally here, and Academy Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to gear up for less. From shotguns and rifles to feeders, game cameras, camo, and more, we've got the brands you trust and the prices you'll love. Plus, text HUNT24 to 22369 and get $20 off when you spend $100 on hunting supplies at academy.com. Need a hunting license? Pick it up in store while you shop. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up, have fun, and make this season your best one yet.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Periods of suspension not only disrupt the day-to-day governance of Northern Ireland, but also highlight the fragility of the region's political institutions. The absence of an operational assembly often leads to critical decisions being deferred or made by civil servants who lack the mandate to implement substantial reforms. Additionally, reoccurring breakdowns in governance have fueled frustration among citizens, many of whom feel that the political impasse detract from addressing the presenting issues facing the region. such as the economic inequality and strained public services. Despite these challenges, the evolution of devolved powers in Northern Ireland has also demonstrated resilience. Each suspension has eventually given way to a return to power sharing, reaffirming the commitment of local leaders to the principles of the Good Friday Agreement. The ongoing efforts to refine and strengthen the governance framework highlight the determination to make devolution work for the benefit of all communities. The story of devolved powers in Northern Ireland is therefore one of both progress and stepbacks. It reflects the region's ongoing struggle to rekindle its complex history with the aspirations of the people for a stable, inclusive and prosperous future. Brexit has profoundly impacted Northern Ireland's devolved governance, introducing new challenges and highlighting existing political tensions. One of the most significant outcomes has been the Northern Ireland Protocol, a central compound of the UK's post-Brexit arrangements, designed to prevent a hard border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, while this agreement has maintained the peace secured by the Good Friday Agreement. By ensuring free movement of goods across the Irish border, it has also created a new friction within Northern Ireland's political landscape. The protocol requires Northern Ireland to remain aligned with certain EU rules on global efficiency, effectively establishing a customs and regulatory border in the Irish Sea between Northern Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom. For many nationalists and businesses, the protocol is seen as a pragmatic solution that preserves economic stability and the peace. However, unionist parties, practically the DUP, view it as undermining Northern Ireland's peace within the UK and police within the UK, and as a betrayal of their sovereignty. These concerns have fueled political tensions and contributed to the most recent suspension of the Northern Ireland Assembly in 2022. The DUP in particular has refused to participate in power sharing, unless significant changes are made to the protocol, a stance that has left devolved governance in a prolonged state of paralysis. Aiding to these complexities is the introduction of the Stormont Break, a mechanism introduced in the Windsor Framework, a revised agreement intended to address some of the concerns surrounding the protocol. The Stormont Break allows the Northern Ireland Assembly to challenge the application of new EU law if they believe these laws would have a significant impact on the region. Recently, the DUP invoked a Stormont Break to challenge the EU law change related to chemical labelling, citing it has an example of EU regulations continue to affect Northern Ireland disproportionately, while this move underscores the potential for local representatives to exert influence over EU legislation. It also highlights that the delicate balance of managing Northern Ireland's unique post-Brexit position. Beyond Brexit, Northern Ireland's continue to face significant governance challenges. The suspension of the Assembly has left key decisions about public services, infrastructure and economic development in limbo. Civil servants, while capable, lack the democratic mandate to implement substantial changes, leaving many critical issues unsolved. That has now been addressed. There is now back a government, an executive, and a assembly, all now nicely back, and a new First Minister and Deputy First Minister. The economic impacts of these political deadlocks are becoming increasingly evident. Businesses, especially those reliant on cross-border trade, have expressed concerns about the uncertainty surrounding the protocol's future. Seemingly, public services such as healthcare and education are under strain, which delayed reforms, funding shortfalls exacerbated already significant challenges, yet important to acknowledge the resilience of Northern Ireland's communities and institutions. In navigating these difficulties, efforts to resolve the political impasse continue with negotiations between the UK government and the EU and Northern Ireland's political parties, aiming to find the way forward. The current situation serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of governing a region with a deeply divided political landscape and a unique position within the post-Brexit framework. While these challenges are significant, they also present an opportunity for innovative solutions that could strengthen devolution and enhance Northern Ireland's role as a bridge between the UK and EU. In the meantime, the people of Northern Ireland continue to advocate for a more stable and fundamental system of governments, one that reflects their aspirations for peace, prosperity, and the progress in the face of adversity. Devolution has profoundly shaped Northern Ireland's socio-political landscape, offering both opportunities and challenges for its diverse communities, while the implementation of the Good Friday Agreement in 1998 created a framework for peace and political stability. The journey since then has been marked by moments of both progress and difficulty. Urban regeneration projects in cities like Belfast and Derry have also played a critical role in transforming Northern Ireland's socio-political environment. These initiatives, often supported by devolved governments, have revitalised once neglected areas, creating spaces where people from different communities can come together. Landmarks like the Peace Bridge in Derry serve as symbols of unity and hope, reminding the residents and visitors alike of the progress made since the Troubles. Do you know, I'm going to recommend for anyone who's got Netflix or the internet or wherever you're listening, go and search the TV show. There are many videos on YouTube called Derry Girls. This, although it's a comedy in parts, it's also a drama. It also shows and depicts what teenagers growing up at the end of the Troubles, what life was like for them. And it also shows the good parts of the Good Friday Agreement. It is very good. I really do recommend Sister Mary Michael. She is lovely. Sister Michael is the best. However, despite these advancements significantly, challenges remain. Northern Ireland continues to grapple with issues of social and economic inequality, practically in rural areas and regions disproportionately affected by legacy of the Troubles, while cities like Belfast have seen substantial economic growth. Many smaller towns and villages feel left behind. with limited access to jobs, education and infrastructure.
What's your favorite hunting tradition? Is it the early morning coffee by the campfire or the stories shared while waiting in the blind? Maybe it's that special spot you go back to every season, just like the person who first took you hunting. Hunting season is finally here, and Academy Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to gear up for less. From shotguns and rifles to feeders, game cameras, camo, and more, we've got the brands you trust and the prices you'll love. Plus, text HUNT24 to 22369 and get $20 off when you spend $100 on hunting supplies at academy.com. Need a hunting license? Pick it up in store while you shop. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up, have fun, and make this season your best one yet.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to chumbacasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Another pressing issue is the ongoing polarisation within Northern Ireland's political system, which often mirrors broader divisions within society. Although leaders like O'Neill have made efforts to foster dialogue, political disagreements, practically over issues like the Northern Ireland Protocol, can exacerbate tensions on the ground. Grassroots organisations and the community groups have been instrumental in addressing these challenges, working tirelessly to build bridges between communities. Initiatives fostering on cross-community education, youth engagement and mental health support have been practically impartial. Have just been so great. For instance, an integrated schools which bring together students from Catholic and Protestant communities and other backgrounds too have grown in popularity, providing a hopeful model for a more inclusive future. The socio-political impacts of devolution are also relevant to see in Northern Ireland's cultural life. The region's vibrant art scene, supported in part by devolved policies, has become a platform for exploring complex issues of identity, history, reconciliation. Film, literature and music often reflect lived experiences of Northern Ireland's people, offering a medium through which they can possess and process their past and their evolution of the future. And one of those programs, as I've already mentioned, is Dairy Girls. There are many bits in this program that you see that the history of what's happening, but it's told from people from who were there, from their eyes in the 90s. At the same time, there's a growing recognition that more needs to be done to ensure that the benefits of devolution are felt equally across all communities. This includes addressing persistent issues like sectarianism, which, while diminished in many areas, still fragments aspects of daily life. Whatever its segregated housing or tensions during parades and cultural celebrations, these challenges remind us that the journey towards full reconciliation is ongoing. Looking ahead, success of devolution in Northern Ireland will depend upon the ability of its political and community leaders to continue building on the foundations of peace and inclusivity, by fostering dialogue, addressing inequalities and investing in shared opportunities, Northern Ireland has the potential to further transform its socio-political landscape for the better. Northern Ireland's devolution journey serves as both a testament to the resilience of its people and reflection of its complex dynamics of governance. A divided society from the tumultuous years of direct rule to the establishment of power-sharing institutions. Each step has been fraught with challenges, but also filled with opportunities for reconciliation and growth. The ongoing evolution of these arguments highlights the need for collaboration, understanding, and a shared vision for the future as a region continues to navigate its unique path. It becomes relevant to lessons learned, pure, resonant far beyond its borders. Northern Ireland's story is one of finding common ground amongst deep divisions, a challenge many societies face globally. By honouring its past and addressing its present challenges, Northern Ireland can forge a future that not only reflects its aspirations for all its communities, but inspires others striving for peace and progress. Thank you for joining me on this in-depth exploration of devolution in Northern Ireland. Your engagement with these topics helps to keep the critical conversation alive and encourages a deeper understanding for our world. Be sure to subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and leave a review too. Let us know what you think. Follow us on social media for updates and behind-the-scenes content and exclusive materials related to the up-and-coming episodes together. Let's continue to explore the world and understand the complexities of this wonderful world around us. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed and keep exploring. And thank you for listening to Around the World today. Join us next time as we continue to uncover the stories that shape our world. Stay curious and keep exploring.
And that's it for this week's episode. Add us to your podcatcher or on iTunes now so that you can make sure you never miss out on another second of our wonderful podcast. We would hate for you to miss out. Have a great week, everyone.
Buenos dias, world, from the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance.
On Season 3 of our show, Amazing Wildlife, we have spotlighted captivating animals from around the world, like the capybara.
Capybaras are actually the world's largest rodent, and they have short little ears that they wiggle very much like hippos. It's one of the cutest things. They're one of the most adorable animals.
All episodes of Season 3 are available now.
Listen to Amazing Wildlife on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What's your favorite hunting tradition? Is it the early morning coffee by the campfire or the stories shared while waiting in the blind? Maybe it's that special spot you go back to every season, just like the person who first took you hunting. Hunting season is finally here, and Academy Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to gear up for less. From shotguns and rifles to feeders, game cameras, camo, and more, we've got the brands you trust and the prices you'll love. Plus, text HUNT24 to 22369 and get $20 off when you spend $100 on hunting supplies at academy.com. Need a hunting license? Pick it up in store while you shop. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up, have fun, and make this season your best one yet.
Can you believe all this talk about GLP-1s? Of course you can. It's all people talk about. Have you heard about Future Health, though? They make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. People can struggle with weight loss for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. With GLP-1s, many people notice a reduction in cravings and felt more in control of their eating habits, which lead to weight loss, physical health, and feeling more optimistic about their future. Feeling good is most important, and no matter what you do to be healthy or to get in good shape, now science can be utilized. Everyone wins. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That is tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.